Dinkley speaking.
Hello, Velma. You like solving yourself a mystery?
Yeah, but I'm actually much more three-dimensional than that. Who is this?
This here Black Shaggy. You made the one black guy a drug dealer and a stoner. You gonna die, bitch.
Jinkies.
Nobody goes up train.
Take their wheels and leave them.
Nobody goes up train.
Take their wheels and leave them.
Now, for the first time, you can own your very own Rings of Power. From the Kelleborn Smiths, we'll be sending you one per season. Molded to appear forged in the fires of Mount Doom. Made from the finest cubic zirconium, plastic, and metal that isn't measurably radioactive and won't turn your fingers green. Probably. Much. These can now be yours for 5 easy payments of $39.99.99 Elvish runes. Act now, supplies are limited, because once the Dark Lord Sauron takes over, they'll all be gone, and you'll be his slaves. And just remember,
There's a tempest in me,
whose fault this actually is.
and it will not be quelled.
Need a new car? Looking for that business vehicle or armaments to conquer a small nation? At Cobra Commander's Sharp Auto Sales, we want to put you in your next vehicle. We have everything to meet your work, family, or military needs. Check out this His Tank. It can be yours for no money down and only $2.99 a month. Need something more versatile? How about this Stinger Jeep? Fully armored, missile launcher included. Only 40,000 miles, most of which are non-combat. We've also got Rattlers, Night Ravens, and the all-new Ford Escape. And now we're offering 0 payments for 6 months, or until Destro can formulate a plan to take over the banks. Remember, at Cobra Commander's Sharp Auto Sales, we're not just a car dealer. We're an evil terrorist organization determined to rule the world. And we're certified by the Better Business Bureau. So come on down to Cobra Commander's Sharp Auto Sales for a test drive on Route 1 in Springfield. Follow the signs at the bomb craters. Free balloons for the kids. Come on down! Cobra!
Finally, a chicken I could put my blessing behind. Say yes to Pope Yes Chicken, the official chicken of Pope Abaiga. The only chicken you'll need for your salvation. Even that Shlomo guy likes it.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
Say yes to Pope Yes. It's heavenly.
Captain's log, stardate 33-647.47. We've been orbiting a Class M gravitational anomaly for days. The Enterprise is crippled. We cannot go to warp because the parking brake is on. The straits have never been more dire. Pike exits the turbolift and sits down on the bridge. We will not fire our phasers because this is Starfleet. We do not leave people or aliens behind us, especially mushrooms. The crew falls in love with Pike. Pike does not notice that the crew has fallen in love with him. Here at Starfleet, we believe in compassion, service, sacrifice. Maybe God and science too. I believe in love. I am in love with a horse. Number 1 kicks his butt. Pike is confused and ethical. Back at the Academy, I Bixar Darks Zimdlif Dugubuk Pififol Bleak. The Universal Translator has malfunctioned.
Zirkvin Dobeep Jeglurg Zoop.
Brugdoffel kämpft Gleben Jirpop. The turbolift enters and the chief medical officer enters. Where is the captain of the space vehicle Enterprise? Pike is suddenly kidnapped by aliens.
Coming up on the CW, it's prom night, and love is in the air.
Until it's time to throw down.
Sam and Miguel share a tender moment.
But look who's crashing the party.
Watch as young couples share a romantic dance.
And fight. And dance fight.
be sure to watch an extra special episode
Of Kung Fu High Prom Night.
Anderson Morning, WNBC, WNBC. It's Anderson Morning, WNBC. We got Mike Green Sports. We got Rob Bartlett. With the traffic, WNBC. Anderson Morning, WNBC, WNBC. Anderson Morning. Thomas in the morning here. Oh, wait, on that, it's Thomas in the morning. Of course, it's really, because Thomas in the morning. WNBC. Yeah, Thomas in the morning. Red Thomas on the rant. How you doing, everybody? WNBC. How is everybody doing? Yeah, early edition naps. It's only early if you haven't made the adjustment to daylight savings time or whatever the heck it is. So, everybody, how are you doing? Yeah, because right now it would be 2:00, wouldn't it? That's right. Before we start, everybody, I have a big revelation. I know it's all the rage now, but recently, yes, even I have undergone bottom surgery. I've had a skin tag removed on my lower groin. I wasn't sure if I was going to reveal it, but now that I have, it's quite a relief. That little meaty punching bag is no longer part of me. Okay. And just when you think, listen, I play the Velma clips here because, damn it, they're funny.
Let's assume they're high.
Oh, you gonna have some snarky comment, aren't you?
Yeah, it's code for adults who still watch cartoons.
Black Shaggy gonna kill your bitch ass. That's right, I really, this was announced about 2 years ago. It fell off the radar, and after Velma, it's a good thing it did, because if they were planning to use Velma as a springboard for this, it was a bad idea. And it looks like they are. They're completely oblivious to what's going on. And, I love the Flintstones. Hey, we're going to have a gay old time. That meant a different thing back then than it does now, okay? Ooh, did someone say they're going to have a gay old time? I just might enjoy that. Oh, my. But I don't care who's attached to it. This is not a good idea. And especially, we've already seen what you take a beloved property and you try to make it into an adult animated series. Why? Why are you doing this? Why did Velma teach you nothing? Apparently it did not. The Flintstones series nabs pilot order at Fox. They want to see a pilot before they commit to it. 2 years after the adult animated project was first announced by Elizabeth Banks, the Flintstones. Listen. I have nothing really against Elizabeth Banks. In the right context, she's good. She's good in other people's movies, but I don't think she can really carry a movie by herself. Well, they're certainly working on it, Anthony Way. They're certainly working on it. 2 years, the Flintstones series title Bedrock is finally moving forward, with Fox giving an official pilot order. According to Deadline, Banks, who's been confirmed to voice the character of Pebbles, will be joined by Stephen Root, Amy Sedaris, Nicole Byer, Joe Latrulio, and Manny Jacinto, who will all lend their voices to respective characters Fred, Wilma, Betty, Barney, and Bam Bam. Bedrock will be written and executive produced by Lindsey Kearns and Lon Zimmett. Let me look up what these people have done. Lon Zimmet. My guess is nothing. My guess is they've done absolutely nothing. Lon Zimmet, IMDb. Lindsey Kearns, IMDb. The adult, okay, Bedrock will be written and executed by Flintstones. Okay, this isn't the first time Fox tried to adapt the Flintstones to a newer adult animated series. As Family Guy creator and star Seth MacFarlane was previously attached to a reboot in 2011. Why didn't we get that? Really, why didn't we get that? That, from what I've read, Fox said, yeah, we like it, but we don't love it. I don't know. I think Fox has the rights to any television series based on the Flintstones now, even though it is Warner Brothers' own property. So because of that, the rights might be attached to Fox. I'd have to look into that. The adult animated comedy catches up with the Flintstones family 2 decades later, with Fred on the brink of retirement. If Fred was really a caveman, he'd be dead now. I'm sorry. Caveman, you were lucky to make it to 30 if you were a caveman. With Fred on the brink of retirement and 20-something Pebbles embarking on her own career. Read the synopsis. As the Stone Age gives way to the shiny, enlightened new Bronze Age, the residents of Bedrock will find this evolution harder than a swing from Bam Bam's club. Oh, so there's going to be plenty of jokes about women leaving the cave and going out into the workforce, right? Is that it? Hey, Lucy Meow. Be a hot co-ed frumpy danger-haired liberal. Done because total lack of imagination by the studios. That's right. Well, they're afraid to take any chances because they got a lot of money tied up in it. Second producers are Banks and Max Handelman for Brownstone Productions, Sam Register, and Warner Brothers Television Group. It hails from Warner Brothers Animation and Fox Entertainment. Bedrock marks the latest TV adaptation of the classic Hanna-Barbera sitcom The Flintstones, which lasted for 6 seasons from 1960 to 1966. Before the upcoming project, the original series spawned through 9 animated spin-offs, including 1971's The Pebbles and Bam Bam Show, as well as 2 live-action movies. Well, basically, they made Pebbles look like Daphne from Scooby-Doo. And Bam Bam was just, So there's a bunch of other Flintstone stuff. There was also an original movie on Cartoon Network that was shown once called Flintstones on the Rocks. I haven't been able to track down a full version of it. If I find it, I will. Actually, there is. Okay, yeah, there is a full version of that. I don't know. Can I say where? Can I say where there's a full version or not? I don't think so. Well, if you Google it, you'll be able to find it. So yeah, but this was actually, it was shown on Cartoon Network at some point. And like I said, there's a full version of it. I'll take a look at it and see if it's as bad as if everyone's saying it. But do you reckon the writers weren't chosen for the writing abilities, but solely on diversity? Well, the writers are 2 white people. I hate saying it like that. This is I'm going to go, okay, listen. Lon Zimmet. We're going to take a look at their writing credits now. Okay. Lon Zimmet. Let's start with Lon Zimmet. Okay. Lon Zimmet is a writer, producer in television comedies. Best known for his work on Men at Work. He's also known for his work as executive at ABC. Most of them responsible for canceling the cult hit Happy Endings. 2 years after Happy Endings was canceled, Mr. Zimmet still regularly mocked on social media websites. such as Twitter and Facebook. Mr. Zimmett spent a short time as executive at USA Network, where coincidentally, he was the executive responsible for not picking up the cult TV show Happy Endings. So this guy, what is that? Oh, that's you know what? Can I say it? Yeah. Fortune Cup. Someone's playing Fortune Cup. So okay, so Lon Zemet is known for canceling the show Happy Endings. I don't know what that was. I'm unfamiliar with that. So okay, something called Farzar. I don't know what that is. Marklar. It's some kind of it's some kind of space comedy. It looks like a poor man's Futurama. Prince Feichel and his crew, as they venture out of their domed human society to fight evil aliens that want to kill them. As they begin their journey, Feichel quickly discovers that all is not what it seems to be. What the hell is this? Farzar. How much? Is that Farscape? No, Farzar. It's an animated comedy. It's an animated Farscape knockoff. But it looks like a bad. It's got the same stylistically. It looks the same as Futurama. Oh, let me pull this up for you people so you can see this. This is what this guy is. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this. So this is what this guy. Oh, it's a Netflix series. It's a Netflix series. Okay, Farzar. Let me see if it's available anywhere to watch. I'll take a look at it. Not Farzar. Yeah. Okay, it's available. It's available for me to watch. Okay. I've never heard of this. And the Netflix shows are very hit and miss. David Kay, Jerry Minor, Lance Reddick, Dana Snyder. Who are these people? Roger Black, Waco O'Gwen, Greg Griffin, Kerry Walgren. I kind of recognize that name. Tom Kenny, I recognize that name. John DiMaggio, yeah. Sal Governale.
It's all the same people who work in animation.
Yeah. I mean, there was another. What else did what else did Lon Zemet do? Yeah, it's the same name. It's that same kind of very closed circle of people. I don't want to call it the I word, but the in crowd. LA to Vegas. I'm sorry, Superstore. Okay, he worked on one episode. He produced one episode of Superstore. The Michael J. Fox Show, Happy Endings, Men at Work, La La Land. He has 13 writing credits. He wrote 3 episodes of The Current Night Court. He wrote something called Outmatched.
Okay, so he's writing Night Court.
Yeah, Nana, LA to Vegas. I'm sorry, Superstore, Unbreakable. He wrote one episode of The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
So this is more than Star Trek Discovery. Right?
He wrote one episode of Scrubs.
Okay. So he's been around for a while. Okay, now, all right. I don't really have that big a problem, but a lot of this stuff I just never heard of. Okay, a lot of this work I never heard of. Now, let's take a look at Lindsey Kearns, what her resume includes. Lindsey Kearns, best known for something called Batch, Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous, Cleopatra in Space, DC Superhero Girls. She's written writer, 17 credits. We Baby Bears, Madagascar, Little Wild, Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous, Cleopatra in Space. What the hell is this? This has got to be a Netflix animated. Oh God, there's that animation style. There's that freaking Peacock original. There's the freaking that Ben 10 She-Ra animation style. This ran for how many episodes? So they're getting people with more credits at least.
Okay, there's.
Well, Elizabeth Banks, so she's hiring people with
more experience.
Yeah.
There's 3 seasons apparently of this.
which is how many more seasons of Farzar? There's 2 seasons of Farzar. One more. Hey, this guy. Hey, at least she has some writing experience. So Lindsey Kearns, DC superhero girls, Kung Fu Panda, Pause Destiny Trolls, Betch, Clint Howard reboots Pippi Longstocking with Mila Jovovich and Fred Willard. Well, Clint Howard. American Girl Dolls, the action movie with Anna Chlumsky. Billy Zane thinks Zane tweets are about him. Okay, short films, shorts. All right. Well, she's kind of an up and coming kind of credit, I guess. Still largely unproven talent, but at least she's working her way up in the industry. She's not like other people that. All right. At least it's not Farzar. You saw Anthony Way. You saw Farzar? Someone who's actually seen Farzar? Really? Oh, wow. At least Rick and Morty is in his resume. No Rick and Morty's in his resume. Is it? What do you think of, if you've seen Farzar, what do you think of it? A bad and obscure cartoon show. Lance Reddick was Fringe, Netflix. Okay, listen, I'm not going to say Gray DeLise had DeLise says voiced Daphne since 2001. I'm not going to be the guy that's going to say they're going to ruin my childhood. They're going to ruin my childhood. They're going to ruin my childhood. But but damn it, you better not. You better treat the Flintstones with some respect, because that is a property that people love. People freaking love the Flintstones. I love the Flintstones. Like, some of my first introductions to comedy were like from Rocky and Bullwinkle, the Flintstones. Tennessee Tuxedo, the Jetsons. That kind of stuff. But you'd think that Velma would have been a bellwether. You think that people would have said, hey, you know what? Not the right time for this. Velma got shellacked. People hated it. Maybe this isn't a good idea we go through. But no, they're going to go through. No. The people who are talking about Velma, they're idiots. They're ists and they're phobes. They're idiots. I'll say then they're going to ruin Bedrock Flintstone Kids for me. I enjoyed the Flintstones on the Rocks, very adult oriented, more than the show was. Barney tries to help Fred save his marriage. Yeah, and I could find it. Actually, I could find it. I'll take a look at it, because I only heard about it. I've never actually watched it. It's an hour-long special. Obviously, hour long. If you're showing on Cartoon Network, it's going to be 90 minutes with commercial breaks. But the Flintstones is one of those properties. Like, it's an adult cartoon. It's a ripoff. Basically, it's a ripoff of the Honeymooners. Big fat working class slob, big loudmouth. Redheaded wife, neighbors. Hey, Fred, how you doing? Obviously he's Art Carney. I just don't understand what this obsession is with the taking these well-established, beloved properties and trying to make an adult animated. Oh, well, we feel that. No. You're afraid. You just don't want to take a chance on something. I'll give you this much. Even though I've never heard of Farzar, at least that's an original property. At least somebody took a chance on it. Yeah, it does look like a ripoff of Futurama. It does look like a ripoff of that kind of stuff, It probably borrows, I haven't seen it, but probably borrows heavily from Flash Gordon, those kind of things. But at least it's original. At least it's new. At least you've tried something new. And I understand, like I said, you got a lot of money on the line. It's not my money, and it's easy to say that. It's easy to say this. But if you new franchises have to come from somewhere. A redheaded character, William is going to be race swapped. New franchises have to come from somewhere. You gotta at some point you can't just keep recycling everything because the people did the Wonder Years. Listen, the Wonder Years is a great example. Did the Wonder Years get canceled? They rebooted the Wonder Years from a black perspective. Okay, listen, I can understand that.
That's really a time in history they want to live through, though.
Well, but
they want to relive
number of seasons.
I'm sorry, like from the black viewers that I would say would probably agree with me on this one. Would you guys rather relive like the 90s when the Fresh Prince was on TV and it was fun instead of the 60s when there was civil rights riots happening? Would you rather have that nostalgia? I'd rather watch that as nostalgia when the 90s and everything was fun.
So apparently the Wonder Years with the quote unquote, I don't want to call it the Black Wonder Years. That's unfair, but it is. ABC renewed it, but it says it's not going to return for a bit. Well, then you know what? Then it's canceled. ABC announces Wonder Years 2 to summer, announces guest cast. So when was this reported? April 2. So it's apparently this summer. So apparently it's coming back this summer. All right. Here's my thing though. Okay, listen. I like the idea of the telling of a period in history of American history and doing it from the perspective of a black family. Now, this is me as a white man saying this, so just take it with a grain of salt. Telling it from the perspective of a black family in the 60s is an interesting idea. You had a lot of things going on back then. But my thing is, and I'm not worried about them sullying the name of the Wonder Years because the Wonder Years was good, but it wasn't really. Come on, the kid had a life-changing, life-altering thing every week. I mean, come on, whose life was like that? But at the same time, my brother Dino used to say it was about him and his buddy Tommy Avalone. Well, at the same time, like I said, is there anybody watching TV today that is really familiar with the Wonder Years? It's not even in syndication, I don't think. All you're doing is just glomming onto the name.
Well, who has nostalgia for the late 60s anymore?
Well, now you have nostalgia for the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Actually, that actually might make an interesting sitcom.
The 90s show.
That 90s show. But that might, you tell it, yeah, it is. That's that 90s show now. But you tell people from the tail end of the Reagan years, maybe a kid goes off and fights in the Gulf War. I mean, yeah, granted, it wasn't a very long conflict, but then it comes back, it's, hey, things are kind of opens a video store. Then there's a recession. They got to deal with that. Then Bill Clinton comes in the office, and then there's a whole set of problems, right? Yeah, exactly. Then you got to deal with the whole thing with Rodney King and then O.J. Simpson. There's a whole other set of problems, and that is in the more recent past. Oh, the kids walking around with a Michael Jordan jersey on all the time. I want to be like Mike. Thankfully, I haven't really watched TV since 2016. But this whole thing, like I said, Hollywood is going, when I say Hollywood, the TV industry, the movie industry, they are in a state of paralysis. I really think so. They are in a state of paralysis in that they are so petrified. They're so scared of taking a chance on something that they just keep recycling the same things over and over. Granted, I'm doing just fine, except then during 2 episodes of The Mandalorian. Oh God, The Mandalorian. I'll talk about The Mandalorian in a minute. Substance D, how you doing? I'm getting really, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I don't want to see another version of the Flintstones. I don't want to see a new version of the Jetsons. I don't want to see a new version of the Wonder Years. I don't want to see a new version of I Dream of Jeannie or Bewitched or Quantum Leap. We're seeing the same things over and over. Yeah, I mean, what we did anyway with a, like a star. There were 3 times. The star was born 3 times before I was born. Is the joke. I mean, yeah, there's been remakes and reboots all the time in Hollywood. Like I pointed out, the movie Havana really is just a ripoff of Casablanca. You've Got Mail, which is an Affair to Remember, which wasn't that good a movie to start with. I don't get it. It's just not. It doesn't scream to watch me. This doesn't scream appointment viewing. And then they sit back and they watch things like The Sopranos, and at the time Game of Thrones was doing really well. And they sit back and they watch stuff like, oh my God, why is this? We don't understand. Why is this successful? You know why it's successful? Because it's new. People haven't seen it before, and it's good. Feel sorry for Katie Sackhoff. She's a really good actress. She does better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does. I like Katie Sackhoff. Yeah, Katie, if you're on the show, you got an open invitation to have a talk with me. Yeah, like she's listening. Yeah, you never know. So the Flintstones. Again, this always comes down to that Frank Zappa interview. Like, that I always like to quote. The people that were in charge of this entertainment that we all love and revere, they weren't the hip young guys. They were the old guys with the cigars, with feet on the desks and the suits. I don't know what this is. Put it out, see if it sells. And then they hired like the hip young executive. All right, we need a hip young executive to come in and tell us what's what. Make him an AR man. And they're the ones that start saying, well, we can't take a chance on that because it's not what the audience want. And I know. They think they're the arbiters of taste for the entire nation, the entire audience, and they're not. And they're really not. So that's what's happening in there. Now I'm about to lose half the audience. I'm going to talk about my beloved New York Football Giants for a minute, because there's really not a whole other lot of news going on. Oh, the Jenna Ortega Wednesday thing? Let me see. Beetlejuice. That's what you get when you put Ringo Starr in a blender. Now we're going to go through. Jenna Ortega is going to come down with a case of Idris Elba disease, meaning that we're going to start seeing people say, "Oh, Jenna Ortega should totally be Rogue in X-Men. Where do I vote? Where do I vote? Where do I vote for Jenna Ortega? Should be. Where do I vote? You don't get a vote." Jenna Ortega. Once they start, Jenna Ortega is looking to stay in the Tim Burton family. The actor's circling the role in Beetlejuice 2. Multiple sources tell Hollywood Reporter. Warner Brothers, which is behind the feature, was not available to comment. Representative for Ortega did not respond for requests. So this is the rumor mill. The news comes as Ortega hits theaters in Scream 6, which could land the top opening spot of the franchise's 25-plus year history. Tim Burton, who helmed 1988 film starring Michael Keaton, is expected to direct, with Keaton returning as well, according to sources. Production is eyeing late May or early June shoot in London, but budget has not been set, resulting back and forth. If a deal is made, sources say Ortega will play the daughter of Lydia, the character played by Winona Ryder. Alec Baldwin, Gina Danis, Jeffrey Jones, Catherine O'Hara also starred in the original film, which grossed $8 million. on a $15 million budget. And it scored a Best Makeup Oscar in 1989 Academy Awards. The sequel has gone through various iterations over the years, with multiple writers coming and going, and Burton himself publicly waffling over his own involvement. Ortega, who mostly recently started Netflix's Wednesdays, also featuring direction by Tim Burton, has said she used to have consistent dreams about Beetlejuice when she was younger. Is that okay? So that's the qualification. That's the qualification. That's what you need. Yeah, you have to. You have to dream. Hey, I had dreams. I had dreams I was in the Beatles. Can I please? You know. Hey. Where am I? When she was younger, the actor began her career with roles such as young Jane on CW's Jane the Virgin, followed by parts in You and Yes Day. She also starred in last year's Scream reboot and also appeared in the horror hit X. Ahead of Wednesday's debut, Jenna Ortega told Hollywood Reporter of working with Burton, "It's been quite an insane experience. I've been lucky enough to get the opportunity to work with the iconic director who just happens to be one of the sweetest directors I've worked with, and also the most detail-oriented. It's a busy weekend for Jenna Ortega, who, in addition to Scream 6, has Saturday Night Live hosting duties. Ortega is rep by Nobody and Nobody Cares." Again, like I said, she doesn't need to be in everything. Why that's always been a problem. They find somebody, yeah, and they put them in, they overexpose them. Seth Rogen. Brie Larson. Seth Rogen. Who else? Elizabeth Banks. Alan Alda. What? No? No? Okay. Brad Pitt, yeah. Tom Cruise. Hey, I'm Tom Cruise. I'm Tom Cruise. Someone pointed out Jenna Ortega looks like someone messed up the character creation on screen that was too lazy to fix because they knew they would only ever see her in one cutscene. Okay. Cast smart. Don't cast to please the obsessive fans who want her to star and everything. But the big problem is nobody can name another actress. Nobody can name who's a good actress. Jenna Ortega. Who else? I don't know. Poob. Poop. Don't, for the love of God, don't put poob in it. Jenna Ortega is the new Michelle Yeoh. Yeah, that's Jenna Ortega as 90s Rogue in SNL. I have to look at that. So I've seen a photo of that, but that's what I'm afraid of hearing now. Jenna Ortega should totally still be Rogue in X-Men. Where do I vote? Where do I vote? I want to vote for that. You don't get a vote. We don't get a vote on that. Because here's why. Should they cast someone like her just to appease fans, or maybe they have somebody better in mind? How do you know that the person that they are going to cast won't be better? And again, it comes back to this whole thing that
only play spooky weird girl.
Yeah, only play spooky weird girl. Can Anna Paquin? I don't think Anna Paquin too old for.
She's like 45.
Yeah, she's too old for that now.
Too old of a character. They need to, I'm tired of it.
Yeah, she's 40. Well, that's the other problem is the X-Men's going to come along too late to save the MCU. I really do think so. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Now that the whole Bob Iger news is they said they're going to take their time now with Star Wars and Marvel. Ronald Reagan was going to star in Casablanca. Oh, thank God he did not. You're getting on that plane with him. Thank God he did not. Thank God. I love Casablanca. I got a chance to see Casablanca in a movie theater setting. I think back in 1997, 98, maybe 96. Child star with troubles brought on by overexposure. Well, I don't think she's a child. I don't think she's young, but I don't think she's a child star anymore. Let me see how old she is. Jenna Ortega. She's got to be like 18, 19 maybe. She's 20. She's 20. She's got the tiny little skinny body and she got that gigantic head. You know, the whole Pez dispenser look now that a lot of actresses have. You're body shaving. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not the first to say it. And I realize they do that because people look fatter on camera. I'm like, which is why I can never be a movie star. But hey, you know, I'm not trying to be a movie star. All right, so Jenna Ortega, it's Beetlejuice. That's gonna be a deal there. So anyway, so we got news out of my New York Football Giants. Yeah, they might deep fake that. The New York Giants have signed Daniel Jones to a 4-year, $160 million contract. Now, for the love of God, why? Jones is a decent quarterback, but he's not that good. Jones is he's a Ford. What I mean when I say that is Daniel Jones is a quarterback that is with a good enough team around him, he can be decent. He can get you maybe 9 wins, maybe 10 if you get a couple breaks. But it's been said that you don't need a quarterback. Any quarterback can drive a Cadillac to the Super Bowl. You need one that can drive a Ford. He's not a leader. He's not really a leader. He doesn't make anybody around him better. Now, granted, with a couple other wide receivers and maybe a few guys up front to protect him, he might be able to squeeze out that 10th, maybe 11th win. And I understand the Giants are in a tough spot because who's available? I mean, I don't think there's any big QB free agents out there. Numbers are in, and they're not quite as scary as one they might have sounded. Full details: New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones' $4 million, $160 million contract are in thanks to Pro Football Talk. And the deal isn't quite as scary looking as initially thought, given the incentive structure. General Manager Joe Schoen confirmed for reporters on Wednesday that Jones got $36 million signing bonus, and his base salary in 2023 was $9 million. $9 million per okay. The signing bonus prorates over the deal's life and signed $9 million per year was getting paid at signing. Some takeaways: Jones came out ahead of the first 2 years of the deal by about $11 million more than if he were to play on the franchise tag. No, you do not franchise tag him. No, you don't. This year and next year, per over the cap franchise tag projections, that total would have come to $74.184 million. Jones was said to collect $82 million over the deal's first 2 years, so he made up very well. Giants would also save $21 million if they moved on from Jones after 2024 and would be hit with just $18 million dead money if he's made standard pre-June 1 transaction. Overall, it looks more like a $3 million, 3-year, $112 million deal, making an average of so the bonuses are not going to be tagged onto the space salary. So that's good. They're protecting themselves like that. PFT didn't quantify what Jones would be hit with most considered top 5 quarterbacks, nor attainable. It said, so he gets incentives for finish top 5 quarterbacks. My guess is that the latter will be touchdowns, low interceptions. So Daniel Jones, again, I don't see. You got your quarterback. Yeah, regrettably, I got my quarterback. Now, listen, if I'm wrong about Daniel Jones, if he turns out to win, to take it pretty deep into the playoffs, if they can build a pretty good team around him, they need 1 or 2 more wide receivers. Personally, I would go with a big blocking back. Because I still have memories of those '80s Giant teams with Maurice Carthon. Maurice Carthon in the black field delivering and key blocks and blocks for the running backs too. Maurice, if you ask me, Maurice Carthon was the MVP of that team. But at the same time, I mean, it looks like they're going to leave room to improve the offensive line. You need more guy. You need another guy on the offensive line. You need a big guy up front to protect him. He had good pass protection, but I saw there was times that pass protection would break down. And if you leave Daniel Jones on his own to scramble, I mean, he's gonna get creamed. Daniel Jones is not. I don't think he's a pretty mobile quarterback, but from what I've seen of him, and listen, he's not Fran Tarkenton, obviously. And in this league now, you need a more mobile quarterback. He's not slow. I mean, he's not slow by any measure. Yeah, he does run. He does run with some blocking, but and there you go. I mean, he's been forced out of the pocket to run. That's the other problem. You can't you can't expect him to be rushing for that many yards. Daniel Jones is good. Like I say, he's a good enough quarterback, but I don't think he's good enough to win to win everything, to win it all for you. I may be wrong. I may eat those words. But I think Daniel Jones is. I think this looks like this quarterback might come. This QB signing might come back to bite them. All right, let's take a look at some animal news. Oh boy. It looks like for those people who want a sequel to Cocaine Bear, it looks like we might have it. It looks like hopefully the kitty. Well, let me see. I don't want to read the story if the kitty's going to be. Oh, the kitty's okay. Let me see. I'll just breeze through this. Okay, it looks like they're going to be okay. It looks like the kitty's going to be okay. Now, there's a case where in Cincinnati, I don't want to close this video, please, for the love of God. Wild cat in care at Cincinnati Zoo after testing positive for cocaine. The serval was found in the Cincinnati neighborhood of Oakley, stuck in a tree. As Cocaine Bear is currently in theaters, a cocaine cat found in the Cincinnati neighborhood with cocaine in its system was released from the animal care and is recovering at the Cincinnati Zoo. The serval named Amory is an exotic cat native to Africa. Servals can grow to 3 times the size of an ordinary cat, weighing in at 20 to 40 pounds. That's what you got to get right there. It's illegal to own servals in Ohio, says Ray Anderson, the spokesperson with Cincinnati Animal Care. The CAC, Hamilton County's Animal Control Service provider, said dog wardens were alerted to reports of a leopard spotted in a tree in Oakley on January 28th. Once they found Amory, they brought him over to their facility where the staff at the CAC were treating his broken leg and called in a big cat expert whose specialty was to handle animals of bigger sizes and various species. Our initial thought was that the cat was a hybrid F1 Savannah, which is legal to own in Ohio, but our expert was pretty certain Amory was a serval, which are illegal, said Anderson. Anderson said he was surprised and in awe of Amory at first glance. This was the first exotic cat I saw, Anderson told the ABC News. I was thinking, what a gorgeous and unique animal. Definitely something you don't see every day. After the CAC conducted its DNA test to confirm Amory was a serval, they also performed a toxicology test. They confirmed that he was positive for cocaine exposure. Amory's care lasted 36 hours at the CAC before he was transferred to the Cincinnati Zoo, where there are more resources to care for Amory's full rehabilitation. As of this week, Emery is now part of the Cat Ambassador program at the Cincinnati Zoo. Emery is young and very curious, said the lead trainer of Cincinnati Zoo's Cat Ambassador program, Linda Castaneda. In a statement to ABC News, he's exploring his new space and eating well, both great signs of progress. CAP team is very excited to have him in our care. We are working on building trust, increasing his comfort as he adjusts to his new home. Members of the CAP team will keep an eye on his progress before allowing him to run, jump, and engage with other activities that might impair healing. They are concentrating on helping him acclimate to his new environment and his new care team. Anderson said the investigation of Emery's surprise appearance in Cincinnati remains open and ongoing. Anderson added that Hamilton's county dog wardens are now pursuing charges and that the Ohio Department of Agriculture is also investigating. Anderson said that it was a memorable experience and he hopes Emery recovers 100%. We're extremely proud of the work done in this case by the dog wardens and the medical staff and are immensely appreciative to the Cincinnati Zoo for getting Emery the care he needs. So there he is, the big kitty. Oh, look at him. He's a beauty. Speaking of kitties, let's go to the cat cam. We're going to go to the kitty cam. And where is he? There is Agent Orange Cat. He's sleepies. He's a sleepy boy. He's a sleepy boy. And over there is, in the kitty house, is Larry, the Rabbi Larry Cornelius Aloysius Zabamofu. He's just another sleepy boy. There's a sleepy boy, and there's a sleepy boy. Sleepy boy and sleepy boy. So there's the kitties. The kitties are doing well. For anyone who is curious. So, everyone, is that it? I think. Is there any more news? I don't know. Is there any more news? It's been kind of a slow news week. Listen, everyone's the Bob Iger stuff. I mean, the Bob Iger. It's only natural that Bob Iger is gonna step down at some point. I mean, the guy's 70 years old. I think the ship is kind of sailing on him running for president. And I think that he's he's got a few last things to do with Disney. So he's gonna want to take it easy at some point. Enjoy himself, So I think we're gonna call it there. What do you think? We're about an hour. Let's call it right about there. What do you think? We got any other news? No? Okay, so we're gonna call it there. I hope everyone has been enjoying me do the Sniper Elite streams and the video game streams. I have a lot of fun doing those. Let me know if there's a game you want to see me play. I'll try to do my best to play it, depending what it is. And we will. It's free Disney Plus for all Americans. Bob thing. Bully, yes, Bully. I'll play Bully. I will play Bully. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Let's take a little break from Sniper. Sniper Elite's been a lot of fun, but maybe I'll do that. Everyone. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Everyone out there, no drinking, no driving. We'll catch you back soon. Are you doing the stream soon? So keep your eye. Mecca might be doing a stream on our channel. Keep your eye out for that. We will. Oh, the Mad Pirate is in the chat again. Oh, Mad Pirate. As always, I keep the stream up to let everybody enjoy it. I try to keep it under an hour so you can have a nice, short, condensed stream to listen to so you can listen to other streams. Everyone have a good rest of your day. Have a good Sunday. Have a good week. Have a good Monday. Have a good whatever you're having. Have a good evening, morning, noon, night. It's daylight savings time. Catch up on that sleep. No drinking, no driving. We want to see everybody next time. Thank you, Cesario Japan. Thank you, Lucy Mal. Thank you, Donnie Pearson. Thank you, Andrew Helm. Thank you, Andrew Wade. Thank you, Hologram Records. Thank you, Peg Leg Pete. Thank you, Substance D. Check out the new trailer for The Mandalorian on Mecca's channel. Thank you, Jessica Kasumi. Thank you. Who else am I forgetting to thank you? Thank you, everyone. If I don't mention your name, please don't take it personally. Everyone, have a good rest of your day. Check out the new trailer on Mecca's channel. Like, subscribe, share. Everyone, we will, as always, catch you next time.